all about selecting and erasing. If you've downloaded the drawings that we prepared, then if you'd like to open up drawing number 6, select and erase, and that's going to mean that you can work along with me. Okay, and if you're ready, we're going to try and select something on screen. So just take yourself into fresh air somewhere and click. Okay, just click once with the mouse and drag out and click again. And you'll see that we end up selecting some stuff on screen, and they get these little blue grips. Now that is a particular way of selecting. That's a pre-select, and we're not going to do that quite yet, but I want you to know it exists, and I want you to know how to get out of it. So if you end up pre-selecting anything and getting these little blue grips, I want you to press escape twice. Okay, escape is your get out of jail free card, and so escape is something that you need to be able to be doing, anytime anything goes wrong. If something messes up at the command line, or you're not sure what's happening, or you get into a bit of a tangle, escape twice and start that bit over again. So blue grips are very useful, and we will be covering those blue grips, but pre-selecting is not the way to start off. We want to issue the command first, and then we want to select objects. Okay, so this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to issue the erase command, and the shortcut for that is E-enter. Okay, that's pretty quick, isn't it? E-enter for erase. And then the command line says, yep, you can do that, but please go and select some objects. Now this way, we're selecting after issuing the command. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. We're going to find some fresh air, click once, bring our mouse across, and click. Okay, now those two clicks means that we've issued a special type of selection window, a crossing window, that means that anything that green window crosses over, it will select. And you can see that now there's no blue grips, but we have a highlighted or grayed out version of our drawing so that we know what we've selected. And in fact, you can continue using your selection method to build up a selection set. That's what AutoCAD calls it when you've selected a number of objects ready to do something with, in this case, erase. Okay, now there's lots of different ways of selecting. So for instance, you can just click onto objects, and so you can actually build up your selection set just by clicking. And there is a blue window. We've just seen what the green window looks like, and now we're going to test out the blue window. I'm going to go over to the left hand side of my drawing, click and pull over towards the right, and this time I get a blue window. Okay, so a blue window is different to a green window. Let me just show you the green window again. Okay, this green window means that it will select anything that it touches. But when I do a blue window, it will only select something that is entirely inside the blue window. Okay, so the blue window is called an enclosing window, and the green window is called a crossing window. So here we go, crossing window there. But the blue window, if something doesn't completely fill up that blue window, then it's not going to select it. I would have to go down a little bit further. There we go. There's another item that's jumped in to our blue window, because now it's completely inside the blue window as opposed to partially inside. So that's brilliant. And when we've selected these various things and we're ready to press enter, okay, erase will take away everything that you've selected. Now, don't worry, because we're going to use the undo command to get everything back. Okay, here's the undo command. Click on that once. That's the button up in the top left-hand corner with the arrow going over to the left. And of course, you know that we've got other undo commands as well. So the Windows undo command is Control Z, and the keyboard command is U enter. So U for undo, enter. Now, we're just going to go a little bit further with the selection, okay? There are different ways of holding down your mouse button. So let's start with the erase command again, E, enter. And this time, instead of clicking for our green window, that's the green window, then you click, okay? We're going to drag. Now that's a bit different, isn't it? So left button, hold down, drag, and you get this lasso, okay? So this time you can put a lasso around the objects that you want to pick up. So if you've got an awkward shape that you need to pick up, the lasso is brilliant. You can get a lasso in green and blue, and so if I go over to the left hand side and pull to the right, you can see I can get a lasso over here on the left hand side as well. So if I want a blue window, I pull over from left to right. If I want a green window, I pull over from right to left. Okay, can you see that? That needs a bit of practice to get your head round. So there's two types of window. The square window, that's click and click. And the lasso, which is drag and drop. And of course, depending on whether you go from right to left, it's either green or it's blue. Okay, have a little practice on that. And when you're ready, press enter. Okay, and that will activate the erase command. There you go. And again, to come back, okay, we're going to do an undo. This time I'm going to do a keyboard undo, which is U enter. So that's the AutoCAD U enter for undo the erase. Okay, now one of the things that we often find is that we get into selecting stuff and then realize that we've accidentally selected something we really didn't mean to select. Okay, so I'm going to issue the erase command, E enter. I'm going to put a big green crossing window over here and go, oh no, rubbish, that's picked up all this stuff in the middle. I really didn't mean to select that. So we can issue a remove command. So whilst we're still in erase, we can type in R enter, which puts us into remove mode. And then I'm going to use a blue window just to go over the stuff in the middle of those circles. And I've removed them out of my erasing selection set. If I then want to say, okay, good, I've saved that. Now I'm going to add some more stuff back into my selection set to erase. I can just type in A for add, so it's A enter, and I can continue adding stuff to be erased, okay? And so I can just work around the drawing, adding stuff, and it doesn't matter if I want to use a blue window or a green window to add, they just behave in that different way. So you can see me selecting all of that, okay? And then when we're ready and we've got everything exactly as we want it, enter, and you've erased the stuff around the center. Good. Good. And then just do one undo here, just to come back so you can practice some more. And once you've got the hang of how those windows work, that's going to help you enormously when you're drawing stuff inside AutoCAD. Being able to tease out one or two little things with the blue window is fantastic. Okay. And so I'm going to do E enter and tease out some of that stuff. Okay, so if I'm really careful, what I can do is I can put a blue window around here. Okay, and you'll notice that I'm overlapping some stuff with the green window and it's selecting it. I don't want that. I want to be overlapping with the blue window. Look at that, you see? And although I'm going over the big circles, they're not going to get selected. I'm only selecting the stuff in the middle. Okay, and enter to activate the erase command. So I suggest a few minutes just practicing that and getting used to it so that you're completely comfortable with the way in which selection works. And when you're comfortable, okay, then we can move on to the next video. Okay, so join me in number 7 when you're completely happy with selecting and erasing.